जय श्री राम। आप सबका इस भारत का बरगद चैनल के इस नए वीडियो में आप सबका स्वागत है। आज का जो टॉपिक है, द टॉपिक इज व्हाई इंडिया वाज नॉट यूनाइटेड एंड फेल्ड टू शो solidarity. Uh, Before I start this video, I wanted to just follow up on my previous video uh, prediction that this video should be a live streaming and interactive. But I cannot do it because there are certain reasons why this is not a live video streaming from my channel Bharat Ka Bargat. The reasons are many, but some of the reasons I can tell you that I need a critical number of subscribers to my channel so that if I do an interview or discussion, it should reach a large number of audience, that is maximum number of people all over the India and also the world to my targeted audience. So this is one reason. And the second reason why it is not a live video is that I need to broadcast more videos and lot more problems and issues that are widespread all over, especially India, and also in general terms all over the world. So to reach to my above goals, um, I am requesting from all of you is that please kindly watch my channel in entirety and also subscribe to it in a large number so that I can reach a critical point so that I can start live video to reach maximum number of people. So that is the way. I request you, all of you, please watch my video in completely, and also please subscribe as many as you can so that I can reach to a more audience. So that is one thing. Now back to why India was not united and failed to show solidarity. I have done some research on that. And what I have come across, why this problem was in India, is that we were, throughout the history, we were very vulnerable from the invasion from the foreign invaders, I can say. So I will go through the major listing of foreign invaders who invade India in different times, and as per my knowledge, I'm trying to figure out why this happened and why a lot of invaders came to India. What was the reason? And why we could not defend ourselves from this foreign invasion. So let us first start with the invaders, those who were invaders for the India subcontinent. Our invading history starts from number one. We call it, in popular way, we call it Aryan invasion. So there are two theories for Aryan invasion. This invasion happens in around 1700 to 1800 BC, something around that time. It was, we have our traditional teaching in our schools that Aryan came from Central Minor, Asia Minor somewhere, and which is the Mongol area or some sort of that they invade India, and they brought all those cultures to India. This is called Iron invasion theory. But there are two parts of this. I mean, two aspects of this theory. There are two types of thought on that. One is called Aryan invasion theory, which is called AIT, and the second one is called indigenous Aryan theory, which is called IAT. So AIT and IAT, these are the two thoughts. If you look in my personal feeling, my personal agreement is not with the AIT. I believe in IAT, that is indigenous Aryan theory. That's where I believe. But I don't want to go into too much detail on this. It's just that I don't believe that Aryan came from some other place. What I believe that it is the indigenous people from India subcontinent, and they migrated to different places uh, around the surrounding the Indian country, and also as far as north to Germany and to Saudi Arabia and to up to Burma and Japan. All these areas, we the Aryan people have migrated in this area, and that's why you see all those evidence of culture, linguistic evidence, cultural evidence, and archaeological evidence. All those things which are coming now is that, and also the genetic theory also support this kind of called IAT. So apart from that, so this was the Aryan invasion theory. It was actually not a Aryan invasion in my concept. It is just two thoughts. The conflict is still going on, but it is your personal belief, what you believe. I believe IAT, that is indigenous Aryan theory. Okay, the next one, the next invasion happens on Indian subcontinent was from Macedonian invasion. Macedonia, the Greek king Philip's his son Alexander the Great, who thought that he wants to win whole world, he want to conquer the whole world, and he started on that kind of venture. So he came in the west part of India, and then uh, one person he had a battle fight with King Porus, but in the history it records is that there was a king. His name was King Ambi of Taxila. So that he was the central figure that Alexander win that battle with Porus, because help from King Ambi of Taxila. So it was the help from some insiders that Alexander was able to defeat Porus. But fight was so fierce, and he came into his senses, and he left. And then he appointed Seleucus, his general or somebody, to rule this area where Alexander was there. After that, in Seleucus time, the Chandragupta got the king, and I think there was a some history that Seleucus' daughter uh, had got married with Chandragupta. I don't want to go into too much detail. But the whole idea was that there was an internal help from King Ambi of Takshila. That's why Alexander was able to defeat Porus. That's the next one is actually not a poor. It is not a armed invasion. It is called Parthian invasion. Uh, at the time of very dawn of Christianity, when Jesus was giving his speeches and all those things, there were twelve, first 12 people who were called apostle. Out of those apostle, one was called Apostle Thomas. So Saint Thomas, he was one of the apostle. So he arrived in India, coast of Malabar, near the Bombay area hill. He also come to the Kerala area and to promote the Christianity. So there he started promoting Christianity, and after that, the the Kushan Empire became popular, and the Kanishka, the great king Kanishka, was the who controlled the Silk Road in this area, with Saint Thomas that arrived in this area. So it was the early, you can say, the spread of Christianity in India, first time. Okay, after that, the next invasion happens from Muhammad bin Qasim, who won the second attempt at the battle with Raja Dahir Singh, Raja Dahir, in around 712, uh, during the time of Prophet Muhammad. And I have covered this uh, history in my previous video. If you go and see my previous video, the spread of religion, there are so many videos, you will find more detail about this. That King Muhammad bin Qasim came in 712 AD. After that, the next invasion happens. Muhammad Ghazni, the great Ghazni, he raided India 17 times in 998, and for the long 25 years of history, he did that. Ultimately, mm, uh, the great king Jaipal was defeated by Ghazni, and then Ghazni destroyed the Somnath temple in 1025 AD. So that was the time when Muhammad Ghazni came, and after that, Muhammad Gauri came. Muhammad Gauri, he entered the Gujarat, and at that time, the Solanki king Bhimsen, he defeated Muhammad Gauri one time, but ultimately, it's a great history that Muhammad Gauri uh, defeat King Prithviraj of Delhi, the Prithviraj of Delhi Sultanate. And at that time, again, it is the insider that who helped Muhammad Ghori to defeat uh, Prithviraj Chauhan. And he was Miss King Jaichand. We all know about that. That happens that. And then there was a brief history that somebody take it is a positive thing, somebody take it as a negative thing because of the king. At that time, the Delhi Sultanate king was Alauddin Khilji. People say that he uh, stopped Mongol and Genghis Khan to enter into India at that time from Mongol. So he was considered, Alauddin Khilji was a very, very, very mm, devoted Muslim ruler, very notorious and very criminal ruler. But they give two credit to him. One is the to defeat of Mongols or Genghis Khan, and the second one is that he started the measurement of the land and mapping of land or something. Something has to do with this kind of land reform or something. Then after that, in after Alauddin Khilji, there was invasion of Taimur, the Taimur lame. He was lame, Langra, Taimur lame, in 1398. And this invasion from Taimur, he destroyed the whole Sultanate. Very cruel, and that's what he did. Then I think somebody from Taimur family, someone, uh, what relation was that? I don't know, but the person was Babur. Babur was Babur came, and he the first battle of Panipat, where he defeated Abraham Lodi, and again people say that he won because he had a new army weapon like a cannon and gunpowder and all those things. But the real fact is, and this is what I believe. Again, this is again insider. Somebody from inside invited Babur to come and fight with Abraham Lodi, and that was Rana Sanga of Mewar. He was the one who helped Babur to win this battle of first Panipat. So after that, the Mughal dynasty starts. We all know that. So I will not go into each of these Mughal king because I'm not talking about only the invasion where they came from outside. And if you look at the map of India, and there is a on the three side, India is covered by sea. It's very rare people can come through this route. The land there was a Himalaya, and on the west side of the India there is a great mountain range which is called Hindu Kush Mountain. So it is all covered, very difficult terrain that somebody can come from outside. But there's one weakness in the Hindu Kush Mountain. There is a valley, and that is called Khyber or passageway. So there is a Hindu Kush passageway. It's a flat lane that can people can cross from Afghanistan side to India. So he came from Afghanistan like this, and he invaded India with Panipat. After that, uh, the great uh, what should I say? It's not a king, Lutera, or who was to come to plunder the India. His name was Nadir Shah. He was from Persia. So he invaded India and destroyed India, especially Delhi in 1739. I'm giving this 1739 just to remind you that Aurangzeb died in 1707. So this plunder happens after the Aurangzeb. So this is I'm not talking about Aurangzeb, cruelty and all those things. This is the invasion of this. After that, Nadir Shah slave Ahmad Shah Abdali, he won the third battle of Panipat from Maratha with the help of again. I'm keep on mentioning that it is from inside called Najib Khan. With the help of this Najib Khan, Nadir Shah slave Ahmad Shah Abdali rule over here. After that, let us go to the little bit of back history again. At the time of great Mughal king Jahangir court, Sir Thomas Roe visited from England, and he started the English factory in Surat in 1616 by Jahangir. Jahangir gave permission, so he started a factory, Sir Thomas Roe. Then in 1666, the French factory was opened in Surat in 1666 AD called East India Company was formed from this time, 1666. And then from 1666 uh, up until 1947, there was a transfer of power from British to India and Pakistan. India and Pakistan was divided, and the transfer of power was given from British to India and Pakistan. So the reason I'm mentioning here is transfer of power. Lot of people and a lot of many people don't agree with the. They say that India got freedom. It's not a freedom in my mind. It is a transfer of power. What happened that after the Second World War, uh, during that time, when England wanted to jump into the war, the USA mm, President Roosevelt told Churchill, England, that okay, you cannot keep India as your slave under your kingdom. So you should just give freedom to India. So Churchill and England Senate, I mean the Parliament, decided that okay, after the this war, let this war completed. After the war, we will give freedom to the India, and then finally, the England got so India in this economically and physically. Uh, England was very devastated and loss economically and militarily and everything. Although they win the battle, but they lost practically everything. So they cannot afford to rule India. So they left. I mean they just transfer of power at that time. Uh, so that was the transfer of power from British 1947. Technically, not a freedom from UK. Now, what the history has been forgotten for a lot of people was that Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose struggle for freedom. For more than 30,000 army men died, and he made a force called Azad Hind Force, and he also printed Indian currency, which was circulated at that time. And 12 countries gave recognition to India even before the Britishers left India. It is all recorded now. So at the time recently, mm, in the honor of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and with the help of Prime Minister Modi and huge effort of retired General G.D. Bakshi and alumni of the Azad Hind Force, they just recently uh, put a with the granite statue of Netaji just next to the India Gate. It happened recently, and we are very proud of that. So this is what happened from Netaji, to give a credit to Netaji effort for freedom of India. And I wanted to now give you some perspective how the inside Indian forces help foreign invaders. Even in modern time, they are not helping with army, and but the mentality and the psychology. Most of the people, those who are a soft target, they do certain things which really help uh, for foreign invaders or unwanted people to 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 make influence on Indian day-to-day working. And I'm just going through some of the people, and I'm just giving you indications how it happens. So let us go to one thing. Rahat Indori, he wrote a very controversial. He's famous for writing controversial shairi. So one of this, I also found this one. So I'm telling you this one. This is from Rahat Indori, the famous poet Rahat Indori. झूठों ने झूठों से कहा है सच बोलो. झूठों ने झूठों से कहा सच बोलो. सरकारी ऐलान हुआ है सच बोलो. घर के अंदर झूठों की एक मंडी है. घर के अंदर झूठों की एक मंडी है. दरवाजे पर लिखा हुआ है सच बोलो. गुलदस्ते पर यकजद्दी लिख रखा है. गुलदस्ते पर यकजहती लिख रखा है. गुलदस्ते के अंदर क्या है सच बोलो. गंगा मैया. नाउ दिस इज अ वेरी क्रिटिकल थिंग व्हाट ही रोट. गंगा मैया, डूबने वाले सब अपने थे. नाव में किसने छेद किया सच बोलो. तो ये एक राहत इंदौरी का शायर है. इनके और भी हैं एक दो और सुनाता हूँ छोटे से शेर. आंख में पानी रखो, होठों पे चिंगारी. Now look at what kind of shairi is this from him. What he's trying to say and to who he's trying to say. आंखों में पानी रखो, होठों पे चिंगारी रखो. जिंदा रहना है तो तरकीबें बहुत सारी रखो। एक और सुनिए, बहुत गुरूर है दरिया को अपने होने पर। किसको बोल रहे हैं ये? किस दरिया को? मध्य प्रदेश के रहने वाले थे, अलीगढ़ के आसपास शायरियां पूरे दुनिया में करते थे हर जगह। किसको बोल रहे हैं? किस दरिया को? बहुत गुरूर है दरिया को अपने होने पर, जो मेरी प्यास से उलझे तो धज्जियां उड़ जाएं। किसकी धज्जियां उड़ाने के चक्कर में? जो भी है, सोचिए आप। और सुनिए, एक और बहुत ही फेमस शायर हैं, दो शायर का नाम लेता हूं मैं, दोनों की बातें मैं सुनाऊंगा आपको। एक है फैज अहमद फैज, इनके बारे में इनकी शायरी सुनिए, पाकिस्तान के थे ये। हम देखेंगे, ये बहुत ही फेमस फेमस शायरी है। हम देखेंगे, लाजिम है कि हम देखेंगे, जब अर्ज़े खुदा के काबे से सब बुत उठवाए जाएंगे, हर अहले सफा मरदूद हरम बिठाए जाएंगे मसनद पे, सब ताज उछाले जाएंगे, नाम रहेगा अल्लाह का, हम देखेंगे, लाजिम है हम देखेंगे। क्या चाहते हैं? एक ही चीज को दुनिया में दारुल हरब से दारुल इस्लाम, यही मकसद है। और सुनिए आगे, दारुल हरम से दारुल इस्लाम का चक्कर। ये है मोहम्मद अलामा इकबाल, जिसको लोग अलामा इकबाल के नाम से जानते हैं, मोहम्मद इकबाल। सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा, ये इन्होंने लिखा था। हिंदुस्तान में भी बजता है ये गाना, लेकिन फिर उसके 10 साल के अंदर ये लिखा दूसरा। ये उसका थोड़ा सा पार्ट हम सुनाते हैं आपको। चीनो अरब हमारा, हिंदुस्तान हमारा। चीन भी हमारा, अरब भी हमारा और हिंदुस्तान भी हमारा। पाकिस्तान से बोल रहे हैं ये। मुस्लिम है हम, वतन है सारा जहां हमारा। मुस्लिम है हम, तौहीद की अमानत सीने में हमारे, आसान नहीं मिटाना नामो निशान हमारा। तो ऐसी सी बातें हुई हैं, तभी लोग ऐसा बात करते हैं। अब एक हम आपको बताते हैं, ये बड़ी अजीब सी बात है। ये एक पिक्चर का थीम है, स्टार्ट होती है पिक्चर ऐसे ही, और ये इतनी फेमस पिक्चर थी उस जमाने में, 1960s की बात कर रहा हूं मैं। इस पिक्चर को मैंने अपने बचपन में कई बार देखा, मेरे सीने के बहुत करीब थी ये पिक्चर। लेकिन जब मुझे सब चीजें मालूम पड़ी, मुझे अपना सब चीज पता चली मुझे कि हो क्या रहा है, हिंदुस्तान के साथ हुआ क्या है, हिंदुओं के साथ हुआ क्या, इतिहास कैसे कहां से कहां पहुंचा, किसने पहुंचाया। सुनिए इस बात को। इस पिक्चर का नाम था, और यह है, मुगले आजम। बहुत ही फेमस पिक्चर दिलीप कुमार की। और मैं इसमें, मुझे लोगों की एक्टिंग से कोई शिकायत नहीं है। मुझे शिकायत है तो उसके थीम से, उसके प्रेजेंटेशन पे, उसको कैसे प्रेजेंट किया गया और कैसा कैरेक्टर दिखाया गया उन लोगों को जो कि जिन लोगों ने हमारे देश पे रूल किया। अब ये पिक्चर शुरू होती है, अब उसमें बातें सुनिए आप, कि किसी एक किंग के क्रुएल्टी को किस तरह से पॉलिश करके पेश किया गया इस पिक्चर में, वो देखिए आप। सुनिए, ये ऐसे ही पिक्चर शुरू होती है, अगर आप कभी देखिएगा, ध्यान से देखिएगा, इसी डायलॉग से फिल्म शुरू होती है। मैं हिंदुस्तान हूं, हिमालय मेरी सरहदों की निगहबान है, और गंगा मेरी पवित्रता की सौगंध। शुरू होती है। तारीख के इन इंतजार से मैं अंधेरों और उजालों का साथी हूं, और खाक पर लिपटी हुई चद्दर दुनिया से ये कह रही हैं कि जालिमों ने मुझे लूटा और मेरे मेहरबानों ने मुझे संवारा। नादानों ने मुझे जंजीरें पहना दी और मेरे चाहने वालों ने उसे काट फेंका। मेरे चाहने वालों में एक इंसान का नाम मोहम्मद जलालुद्दीन अकबर था। अकबर ने मुझसे प्यार किया। मजहब और रस्म रिवायत से बुलंद होकर इंसान से इंसान को प्यार करना सिखाया और हमेशा के तरह मुझे अपने सीने से लगा लिया। ये किसका गुणगान हो रहा है? अकबर का। मुगलों ने हमारे देश पे करीब 250-300 या मैक्सिमम 400 साल रूल किया होगा। रूल किया है, ध्यान रखिएगा। ये लोग आए थे, इन्होंने रूल किया। ये जो बातें लिखी है ना, ये सीने से लगा लिया और मुझे ये सिखाया वो सिखाया, मैंने कल्चर किया। इन लोगों ने हिंदुस्तान के किसी भी कल्चर को नहीं अपनाया, नहीं अपनाया। ये रूल करने आए थे, रूल किया और सख्ती से रूल किया। लेकिन हम लोगों का इतिहास जो है उसको ऐसे पेश किया जाता है कि हमको याद है अपने जमाने में जब पिक्चर आई थी, देखी थी मैंने। तो एक तो ये बात हुई। अब हम आते हैं कि भाई क्या वजह है जो मेरे समझ में आती है कि हम लोग क्यों नहीं एक साथ रहते हैं? Why we are not united? Why there is a rift? Why there is a gap? So what I have learned, what I have done my research, these are the things. Following are the reasons why we are not united and we're unable to show solidarity to the world. What are the reasons? These are the reasons which I figure out. We were taught to believe in non-violence and peace loving. No violence. एक गाल पे तो कोई थप्पड़ मारे दूसरा बढ़ा दो, या नहीं चलता। जब ये बातें कहीं की तब भी नहीं चलता था ये, लेकिन चलाया गया आगे। मल्टीपल किंगडम्स एंड नो यूनिटी। देयर आर मल्टीपल किंगडम्स, बहुत से राजा हुआ करते थे, बट देयर वाज नो यूनिटी। ईच किंगडम डिजायर to expand its region at the cost of aligning with the others, foreigners or other kingdom, or, or they're not friendly with you, so they can help somebody else. This and there are a lot of politics. Wrong teaching of Hindu Sanatan religion. Wrong teaching means people say that we are peace-loving teaching and Hindu dharma is peace-loving. We don't fight and this and that. If we don't fight, we are peace-loving. Why Durga ji has so many arms in her hand? Why Ram killed Ravan? Why there was Mahabharata? Fighting with lot of things happens. I forgot to tell in Mahabharata some time back. Most of the time I have, this is my personal experience, that lot of Kaurav people, Dhritarashtra generation, Duryodhan and all others from Kaurav side, Bhishma Pitama and everybody, with the help of Arjun and Krishna, they have killed so many Kaurav warrior by deceiving them. धोखे से किसी को मार देना। कर्ण को मार दिया, अपना पहिए चक्के उठा रहा था। So somebody asked, I remember in that stadium, somebody asked Krishna that आपने किस अर्जुन के साथ मिल के सबको धोखे से मारा है। क्यों किया आपने ऐसा? आप तो खुद धर्म के लिए हैं, आपने धर्म से क्यों मारा? तो उनका एक ही जवाब था, ये जवाब सुनिए, कि आजकल सबके भारत में सबको सुनना चाहिए, सबको समझना चाहिए इस बात को। धर्म की स्थापना करने के लिए अगर दुश्मन को अधर्म से मारा जाए तो वो भी धर्म की स्थापना के लिए होता है। झूठ से, अधर्म से अगर अधर्म और दुश्मन को मिटाया जाए तो उसको भी धर्म बोलते हैं। अपने, जिसको कहते हैं ना, अपने वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट, इंडिया को अपने वेस्टेड इंटरेस्ट में काम करना चाहिए, अपना हित पहले देखना चाहिए, चाहे टिट और चाहे टैट, कैसे भी। सो दैट वाज वन थिंग. And then wrong teaching of religion and dharma. And then next one is no understanding. There is a new concept which is called no understanding of learn, unlearn, and relearn theory. I will not go into detail of this theory. If you Google it, you will find what this theory is. But the main thing is you learn in your life few things, then you judge yourself what is right, what is wrong. Please unlearn it, don't believe it, and refresh refresh your mind, and then relearn. There is no limit कि बूढ़ा तोता राम राम नहीं सीखता, सब सीखता है. So relearn everything if you have to. Then whatever the reason, no training of self defense. We were not trained how to defend yourself. Lack of personal safety and security of vulnerable population. There is no personal security and safety measures for for vulnerable population. You have not been trained to for your personal security and sovereignty. This is the problem. Lack of personal safety security. Then there is a religious and political wrong understanding. We understand, our understandings are wrong for religion and for political causes, and the lacking of religious reform as per modern needs. Lot of religion has changed because of development in humanity, and inventions and discoveries of mankind. A lot of religion is reforming and changing. Some religions don't change. They don't accept change. This is not good. Of course, they cannot stay like this, and now is the time, I think, when people are becoming more uh, uh, literate and intelligent, things will change. So this is for the modern way. And at the end of, please let me know if any other topics needs to be discussed, or if you find any of these, whatever I have taught, whatever I have spoken in this video, if you don't agree with it, or if you don't want, or if you want to make any comment, just go down and make your comment there. And if you need any, and please, at the end of the, please let me know what topics you want to discuss in my upcoming video. And please do subscribe my video, because I do need your support. I'm not expecting any money from you. I just want that you please increase my number of subscription, so that we can reach to the maximum number of our targeted audience, whether it is India or whole world. I want to reach to my targeted audience, which I don't have to explain that, and that's what I need. And thanks for watching my channel. And Jai Sri Ram.